This is one of the easiest ways to entertain and the most colorful, and I know your guest would absolutely love it. I am with Lori from Taste Elevated, learning how to put one of these beautiful boards together. And before we show you what this is and give you some tips on doing your own, tell us a little bit about Taste Elevated. You started this company.
I did. My husband and I started, and we're about a year old, and we started on the concept of charcuterie. We love to eat like this at home, and so we first made fig chutney, which I thought went great with everything, but I wanted to expand that line. And we now have 9 products.
And you can get them what? Central Market, Whole
Foods, Gaucho Gourmet,
Gaucho
Groomers,
Gourmet, one of my favorite places, yeah.
various wineries.
And your guests will love them. Your mustard seeds and I are very, very good friends. But let's start and talk about what you've chosen for the platter and how we can do this, because I think for a lot of times this can be intimidating. They're beautiful, but they're so grand. So where do you start?
I think they look intimidating because they're so big, but they're honestly so easy to put together. And so really it's all about the ingredients that you love.
Okay.
And it's starting with your meats. Select your favorite meats. And if you're intimidated by that, wherever you shop, simply ask somebody in the deli and they will tell you what the most popular varieties are. Here I chose speck. It's one of my favorite meats. And then I also have a prosciutto here, which is one of the most popular meats you can get. And this is a spicy sopressata. Those are all very common, and they're also very friendly to most audiences. It's not too strong.
So you select your meats, and then after you do your meats, you move to your cheeses?
Yes, and I'm a cheese fanatic, and so I love to choose my own cheeses, and I've learned a lot about cheese through the years. This is a blue from England. This is another creamy blue. This is a really interesting cheese. It's called Ocelli, and it is brined in Barolo wine. It's from the Piedmont region of Italy. And then they actually use the Barolo grapes as the crust on the outside of the cheese. So
Gaucho Gourmet carries that. I know
Yes.
I've seen that there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then because I'm thinking the meats have this, oiliness, richness, you want some acidic flavors to cut that,
and
right?
that's where, obviously on any board, I'm going to put Taste Elevated.
Absolutely.
But I think they pair well with everything. But for instance, if you put some salami on a cracker, add a little bit of the sharp cheddar cheese to it, and top it off with a little bit of mustard seed and hand it to a guest, and they will love it. They will smile when they eat it.
And then color. It's so important that when we do eat with our eyes, so when we see the board, it's like, wow.
Yeah, I look at this and I think that's beautiful. No matter how many times I've made these, every single time I think it's so pretty. And I think that's just because of the variety of color and the elements. So I chose some Castelvetrano olives because I like the bright green. And then the bright red peppers, the bright green jalapenos. I always like to put some dried fruits, so the apricots, and then the cornichons. And I think it's so easy. And the beautiful part of this is you open a bag, grab a handful, put it on the board, close the bag, put it away. Just cut a little cheese, cut a little meat, do the same thing. At the end of the night when you're done, you bring the trash can over and you wipe everything in there, and nobody has to do any dishes.
No, I love these. I love to entertain with these. And this one we chose just a totally different variety. So if you're not into the meats so much, you've got what? Smoked salmon?
One of our products that we have is candied oranges, and I think it's very, very friendly to pate and to salmon. So on this board, I kind of just centered everything around that product.
And for sweet lovers?
For sweet lovers, this is a store-bought cheesecake topped with our booze time cherries, which are brined in amaretto and brandy, and then we add some dried thyme to it, and just some candied pecans.
I love your products. I think they're amazing. It's Taste Elevated, so you'll want to look for them. And by all means, play around with all of them, but you must do these mustard seeds. Oh, they're divine. Lori, thank you.
Thank you very much.